Right, we're on. Let's go! Hello to everyone and welcome back to Send It's Weather channel livestream. We have something interesting to talk about today, everyone. Right, has it started? Do we have any music? Has it started? Yes, it has. Hello! Hello to everyone. Right, 1 minute. I need to pull out this because we've had some very special donations today. And I'll read them out in a minute. But obviously, I want to give out a shout out to everyone. Hello to everyone in the chat right now. Hello to... Oh, my PC has just frozen. 1 minute. Hello to Bar Mac. Hello to you. Epic Videos. Hello to you, of course. Super Josh. John Baxter. Evie. Hello to you. Katrine. I've got all of you in here. Hello to the Best Editing channel. Hello to you. Now I've got to give some shout outs to Barb Mac and Super Josh 24 for their donations. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, thank you so much, by the way. It's crazy to me that anyone would want to donate to me, of all people. But I do thank you so much for that. Thank you for the support on the channel. And yeah, we'll just get on with things. Will we bring in the Beast? Now, as a lot of you will know, I've been talking about potential in my video for some very cold easterly winds. But first we'll go through the chat, you know. We'll check things out and we'll see what's shown. Thanks to the mods as always for being in the chat. We've already got 22 of you in here. Right, we'll get up the chat so I can read it. And vote on the poll as well, please. We can see what we think. So hello to Laura. Hello to Hazel. Hello to Gavin. Hello to Chris. Hazel saying, waiting for the care at 8 PM. Bit late today, aren't they, Hazel? This. Here then. Right. We're back on it. We're on the weather stuff. But yeah, thank you very much to Barb and to Super Josh for their donations. It is greatly appreciated. Helps fund the channel to make better vids. Right. Well, we'll start then. Everyone give a thanks to thanks to them in the chat. Right, we'll get on with things. So this is where the excitement is from for a lot of people, as well as the obvious easterly and cold snap possible. This is the GFS 12Z run, as I've just crossed it out. That's good. So this is the polar vortex at its roots. I'll just explain it to everyone in case you didn't know. This is the polar vortex at its roots, and there's a warming gathering pace towards Siberia by the 8th of February. Now, as you see here, the warming gathers pace and moves westwards, displacing the polar vortex at its roots and moving it into northern Europe. And as you can see, a little warming here to the southwest gathers pace and displaces and even almost splits the PV or stretches it to its roots before that gathers pace, and that is a very significant warming. I'm not sure if that's sudden stratospheric warming levels, but it's very, very close, and it's very interesting to see, I think, as well. So, what do we make to that then, everyone? What do we think? I mean, that's a pretty significant warming in the strat, displacing the PV. The constant scanning higher temps is just the same as 2018, yeah. Yeah, good evening to Danny V, one of my top mods. Hello to Curtin, hello to King. We've got all of you in here. Doesn't mean that we will bring in the Beast from the east, yeah. Of course it doesn't. I mean, there's a very low chance. I mean, it's probably like less than 5% of chance of that happening. But, you know, you can never rule it out. We need to get the pattern set first before we can think about things like that. Now, just wanted to say to you all, we've got 34 of you in here. Let's get them likes up. Let's get the likes up and get this stream out to everyone. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Right, we'll move on to the AO forecast and the NAO forecast next for the next couple of weeks. So this if you get both negatives, if you get the Arctic oscillation and the North Atlantic oscillation negative, then that increases the chance of cold spells or cold snaps or cold blocking features to the north. So with the AO forecast, it is forecast to go weakly negative, albeit with a lot of scatter. There's some very positive runs and some strong negative ones. But the NAO, on the other hand, is remaining positive. However, this does not mean that, because you're going to still have the setup is, if you have a Scandinavian high to the east, and you've got low pressure sat towards Greenland and Iceland to the west and in the Atlantic, but you can have a blocking feature bringing in the easterly winds. This does not matter. If the block is strong enough, it will displace the low pressures towards Greenland and Iceland, which is what's going to happen as the jet stream is going to move northwards, carrying the low pressures northwards, and we're going to be mostly dry. Should we do some model data then? Let me have a read through the chat. I am reading through the chat as we go off. Yin and Yang, yeah. Hello to Thomas. Evening, what's happening with the weather? Hey, all hope are well, no cold, please. Yeah, let's see Richard. Richard's UK Tropical Garden Project Mini Golf. Hello to you. That was a bit gabbled, wasn't it? Right, I need the cup of tea. How is the audio, by the way? Is it all good? Are we running alright? Right, let's get on with things then. Right, this is the UK Met Office run. For the weekend, we have high pressure beginning to build to our northeast, bringing in the winds from the southwest. Quite a mild direction, and we maintain the winds from the southwest. Then we get a renewed rising of heights by the middle of next week, and wow, the UK Met brings in a cold easterly by the 7th of Feb. There you go, lots of cold air actually to the east there, brings it in much quicker than many of the other runs. The -5 line is through the country, and that looks like it's bringing snow showers into the east and the southeast there. With the -5 line covering the country, that's pretty interesting, don't you think? Wow, starting off with a bang with the UK Met. I mean, they're forecasted above average temperatures and with the potential for slight cold snaps, but I mean, this looks like a decent setup. I mean, that heights there look quite weak. They look like they will weaken to our north and east. However, that is still cold. That is still an easterly. And you'd expect if the high, because it is retrogressing, well, what's the word, retrogressing, amplifying towards Greenland, amplifying towards Scandinavia, then you would expect the winds to continue from the east and actually strengthen and get colder. Let's see what everyone wants. This is the icon then, next. We'll move that down there so you can actually see the charts. So with the icon, high pressure is to our east, low pressure out to our west and northwest, and winds are in from the southwest. Then high pressure returns and renews and builds to our northeast towards Scandinavia. Then a low pressure system forms within the high and begins to pull in winds from the east. The air is it's not that cold. It's not that cold with the icon, but obviously the blocking is shifted slightly too far northeastwards. Quite a strong area of high pressure towards Siberia. However, it's not towards Scandinavia, which is where all the cold air would arrive from. So it's a little bit fragmented with that run. Also, the cold looks to dissipate by the 7th of Feb with this one, so a complete contrast to the UK Met, but the synoptic patterns are there. We'll have a look at the GFS 12Z then. This one's been doing its own thing. Let me have a read through the chat as well while I'm at it. Where's Gavin, Katrine? Just wondered if there was a fake overnight. Yeah. If you set up a PayPal account, you get all the donations, and YouTube do not take a good share. Yeah, I know. I haven't set one up yet, I'll be honest, Carol. I've not set up one. I'm not too thingy at the moment. I do it for fun anyway. It's not for that. Right, so with the GFS, we have high pressure centering itself towards. I mean, obviously, I will probably set one up, but that it's not a thing I'd like to do at the not concerned at the moment. I've got other things to worry about besides that, but I'll set it up in the future. So with the GFS by 7 days time. In 7 days time, it's going to move high pressure towards Scandinavia, bringing in the wind from an easterly. You can see this low pressure forms within, or lower pressure forms within the flow, bringing some colder air, the -5 line for much of the country between the 7th and the 9th, before a renewed easterly takes place, and keeps it cold. With the potential for rain and snow. Actually, there's a little low pressure on the just out past day 10 on the Tuesday the 11th, which is producing a snow event for the south and east. There, pretty interesting. Probably won't happen because it's not that cold. But then again, it keeps us within the cold air, maintains the cold air right until the very end, where it looks like the Atlantic's going to return. The blocking's shifting away, but you cannot say that is not a good run, because this high, it's always uncertain how long it's going to last and how much cold air is going to develop. You can see there's still some cold air. I mean, it's not beast from the east or anything like that. But if any of this like really cold air to our north takes a slight shift, anything could happen. And we just need to get the pattern right first. Next is the GEM. Don't know why I said it like that. Again, southwesterlies from the southwest. Winds returning from the southwest, keeping it mild. Then we bring in the easterly around the 7th with the GEM. Bring in the -5 line for much of the country besides the south and the west. Tries to build heights again to our north, and that looks like it's setting up a prolonged cold spell with the GM. Ooh, with high pressure moving to our north and east and bringing in a proper easterly wind. Now that is a proper easterly wind from originating from western Russia there. Taking a long track across much of Europe. Look at that, -15 heading for the country there. Oh, that's going straight to the UK, that one. Wow, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Let me have a look. Let me have a read through. Hello to Jay. It looks like East Anglia is best place for snow. If there was an easterly, yeah, you probably would see the most in the south and the east there, Jay. I'm not going to lie, you probably would. You probably would. Let me have a look at this. Got 48 of you with 15 likes on stream. Thank you everyone for joining. Let's get them likes up. Let's get to 50. Go on. Let's go mental and get to 50. Thank you all so much for the support. We'll take a look at the ECM next, and we'll look out past day 10 with the WX charts, which take us out further. And now, with the ECM, it builds heights to our north and east. Again, building towards Scandinavia, a bit slower than the other runs. However, it does bring in that easterly flow eventually by day 9. Bringing in some colder air. And then heights are transferring further northeast. It looks like a proper block. 1050 millibar area of high pressure to our north. And keeping some colder air wrapped in. Obviously, things will vary and change, but the -7, -6 line is over the top of the country. Allowing possibly a few snow showers, wintry showers, possibly, but the air mass looks very dry with that. Obviously, things might change. So we'll go out beyond that with the WX Charts website, which is a very good website, extends past then, and we'll have a look at what it's showing. So, again, it builds, so it moves the Scandinavian heights to the east, and then a renewed high pressure builds towards Scandinavia. A real block is setting up there. Wow, that is a proper block, proper blocking feature setting up between Greenland and Iceland. That would take a long time to get rid of. And at the very end of the run, it's bringing in very cold air from the east and northeast. Well, that's pretty shocking. That would be fun and games. Low pressure running in from off the Atlantic. Tons of low pressure. High pressure's blocking around Greenland and Iceland. Low pressure towards Scandinavia. Winds are in from a very cold northeasterly there. That is very cold. That is bitterly cold air. If we have a look at the temperature, you can see the clash of air masses between the high pressure to our north and east and the low pressure to our east, bringing in a cold northerly. And if we have a look at the temperature anomalies, you can see some very cold air sat just to our east, being dragged in actually. If you look, being dragged in from Scandinavia there. Pretty interesting run. There you go. What do you make to that then? You have to wait. Yeah, okay. Hope this cold spell comes off, but most always back away from the idea closer to the time frame. So I'm open-minded at the minute. Yeah, exactly. Not sure what you're saying, whether Elliot 6 foot, what you're referring to. If you're referring to how much snow we're going to get, then I'd like to believe you. But yeah, ouch, Hazel. We don't want that. You have to wait for cows coming to give me pain medication. Broke my spine. Oh, that's horrible. Hazel, hopefully you're not in too much pain with that. All the best. It's a good cup of tea, that. Right, let's move on then. So, let me move on to this. Right, I have the JMA as well. I have the AI model. This is the 6Z run, the 12Z's not come out. This is the most reliable model of last year. This was the one which verified the best. So we'll have a look at the AI ECM model, which just uses... it just starts from the normal conditions and is run by an AI model, basically. AI forecasting. Probably more accurate, to be honest. I wouldn't deny it. So by the 8th of Feb, it has high pressure building to our north and east. There's a blocking feature towards Siberia. Send it. Anyone, if you know from Gav's video. The winds are in from the east there. Quite cold as well, bringing in some cold air, the -5 line for much of the country by the 10th of February. Obviously very dry, but again, as it breaks apart and goes into a more renewed. There's tons of blocking to the north. I mean, like at the very end of the run, that is a battleground between cold air to the north and east, and milder air to the south and west, encroaching. There's elongation in the isobars. That suggests struggling of air masses, producing lots of snow on its leading edge, you'd expect there. Yeah, we've got cold air trapped in. Wow, look at the cold air just towards Scandinavia there. -10, -15 locked in. And we're just on the periphery of that. But yeah. So yeah, we're not expecting anything prolonged, cold, blocked, wintry, snowy, crazy or anything. It will be quite dry. There will be snow around, I'd assume. If it does come off to some respect, which I do think it will. I do think it will come off second week of Feb. I said keep your eyes peeled for second week of Feb. And yeah, some people are like, nope, but you never know. It might actually happen. You never know. It might actually happen. Send it to Scandi. Yeah, exactly. Let me have a read. Yorkshire tea. Yep, of course it is. Of course it is. Once you've had your medicine, the pain goes away. That's good. Let me have a read through the chat. Hello to Jay Wilshaw. You're a coffee guy. No. You'd love a Scandi Iron Polar Vortex split. Yeah, well, I mean, it does look likely we could see a split of the Polar Vortex. It looks quite good. There's some good trends within the latest GFS runs, anyway, for it to happen. Now, if we have a look at the diagrams for London, for example, here you go. This is the latest suite from the GFS. 55 of you watching. If you'd like to see any charts, please do let me know. And make sure to like and subscribe if you're new. Your name pops up if you have your subscriptions public as well. Much appreciated, everyone. Right, so for London, we can see above average temperatures for the next few days, up to around the 5th of Jan. Then there's a distinct drop towards below average temperatures, dropping quite cold actually. A lot of these runs going down to the -5 and below level, which is a big shift from the ensembles. That was before. That was the 6Z, the most unreliable model suite, and then the 12Z is a big shift colder as well. Some of these runs even getting down to the -10 level. If we get rid of these milder outliers, which there isn't many of them, if we get rid of the mild outliers, you couldn't rule out these temperatures going colder. And remember, if you are in the east, southeast, you are best placed to see the colder air if you get an easterly. Like, it's the best place to be, typically. Let's have a look at snow row out of interest. There's a few snow spikes. Obviously, again, I said it's quite dry, so there's not that many. But remember, it is longer range, and any runs past, like, day 5 are uncertain for snow. If we have a look further north where I am, in Barnsley, good place, yeah. There's a lot of runs there which are showing snow, right around the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. However, there are very minimal spikes because it's just from a slack easterly wind. It's not exactly anything too crazy, and it's not the coldest either. But again, if we look like further north to Barnsley, for example, there is scope there, but again, the colder risk is reduced. It's not as cold. There is still a few runs going down to -10, though. Now, some runs have actually suggested block towards Scandinavia, transferring to retrogress towards Greenland. I just don't see it happening, to be honest. But you never know. You never know in this sort of pattern. Anything could happen. A few messages retracted. MNST, says Liam. M&S is not bad. I used to not like M&S, but I do like M&S now. Just want the frost to keep away, yeah. Hazel, I hate tea and coffee, never drank it. I liked Pepsi Max. That's bad for you, that. Ooh. Cold, will it flip back, bro, like last time? Nah. We need a very strong easterly for snow. Yeah, exactly. If you're further inland, you do need a very strong easterly for snow. Not sure I want to know, lol. Can you show Leicestershire, please, mate? Yeah, I can do. Why don't we just pick Leicester? I don't know. I mean, it looks pretty good. Let's have a look at the snow row. Yeah, a few snow spikes there for Leicester. I'm not obviously I wouldn't take any of these literally, but it's just to get a idea of trends and probabilities. But there is about 30% chance there, I'd say. I mean, obviously, they're very small snow spikes, but the potential is there. The potential is there for some snow. I hope I didn't just break the desk. I'm Ibstock, to be more precise. Ibstock. Is it on here? Yes, it is. There you go. Just for you. Just for you, Richard. There you go. That's Ibstock, if it's the right location. Yep, looking pretty similar. Pretty good. Below -5, so about -6, -7. And there's a GFS at the bottom going for the -10 almost, and then eventually getting mild. But again, in this sort of pattern, if it becomes sustained blocks, a proper block over Scandinavia, it would stay around for a long time. A lot of the runs like to return it back to westerlies at the very end. So again, in the longer term, don't take it too literally. The cold spells can hang on longer than they're expected to. London weather dipping, yeah. Hey, what are the chances for an SSW right now? So with the GFS ensembles flipping so much to this, I would put the chance at about 30-40%, but the ECM does need to get on board. We'll have a look at the ECM, and I'm sorry, someone got on about me scratching my head. I can't help it, alright? It's just a natural thing. So, what I would say is the ECM charts, if we can get them today, which will be about 8 o'clock, 8 PM, then we'll have a look at them. And if there has been a change, then it could be fun and games. Because they were dropping, a lot of the runs were dropping, but not to some stratospheric levels. But things can very quickly change with them ensembles. They do change. The GFS only picked up on this a couple of days ago. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I think the GFS actually has verified a lot better than last year as well, with pulling up these colder periods, because there was one in Jan, the ECM was not on board, the GFS was on board, it did wobble for a few days, and then it came back on track, and it got it right, you know what I mean? It was pretty good. The ECM was a bit wobbly, so it's not always right. Any chance of snow in Southampton? You're probably well placed, Shaz, actually, there, at least for a time. SSW. What's the website you're currently using, says Penguin? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm using Weta Zentral. I use WX charts as well for, you know, presenting thumbnails, all that sort of fun stuff, which no one cares about. That's what I use for that, though. Let's have a read through. Anything there I need to read? Hello to Rachel Bloxham. Your yellow loving friend has arrived. Yeah. Can you hear Pigeon? I mean Doris. He's not. He's actually quite quiet. It's surprising. I was scratching my head as I have a dry and itchy scalp. Yeah, I don't know what is mine. Super George, can you Mansfield, Nottingham, Stanton? Alright. Let's have a look. Stanton. None of them. Right, we'll go for that. We'll go for that. I can put it up on the other one. That's Mansfield, the central, but that's only... I don't know. That's just general Mansfield, though, again. A very similar... I mean, for most places, it's going to be the same, isn't it? It's going to be, like, below average. Actually, we can go on the weather outlook. There's the UKV, by the way. Wet weather moving in through Sunday into Monday for the north and west. Then a weather front moving through on Tuesday, bringing some rain to central and southern southwestern areas. A few rain showers in Northern Ireland could be quite heavy. Bit of winteriness mixed into the north. And then some snow showers behind it with some cold air wrapped in. There you go, that's the UKV done in like 2 seconds. Right, if we go to there, and then if we go to, what was it called? Stanton. Why has it got a capital? Is that it? Stanton Gate? Oh, Stanton Hill, I know that one. There we go. See what it's showing. Yep, snow, snow, snow. There you go. Good evening to Crift. Let's send the beast over. Yeah, I'm trying to. Let's send it. No snow for Hazel, please. Yeah. Mansfield. There you go. I've got it. Stanton Hill, Nottinghamshire. That's it, right? Looks pretty good. A few snow flurries popping up there. Yeah, hello to everyone. Hello to everyone. I'm sure Islanders are silly will still wait above 3. Of course they will. Yeah. I wouldn't expect anything less. Remember, even though the air mass isn't that ridiculously cold, anything that did fall out of the sky... I mean, what is this showing? Look at this. -1, and it's rain and snow. I mean, come on. I should say sleet, rain and snow. Whatever. Same thing. Will it snow? There you go. 36% currently from the GFS ensembles. There's some pretty good chances for central southern England there. Not central southern. It's only 10 minutes. It'll be very close. There, yeah. Send all the blizzards to Hazel. Nah, we'll keep them away. Ship plate. Oh, that'll be fine. That'll be drier actually. Epic there, I'd say, because it is on the western side. Probably like me, Barsley, probably not that much, unless we get a really proper easterly, bring in some very strong snow showers in. But yeah, that looks pretty good there. I'd say. Let me get some of these in the chat. There we go. Right, we'll move on then. So, stop being silly, me. I need to stop being silly. So, let me have a look at this. Can you show them with the ECM? Do they do the upper air? Temps. No, why? Why not? That's just rubbish. Ugh. Well, I know what it is. No. Okay, that's rubbish. That's rubbish. Now, ECM, rubbish. Sort your sent out, man. Oh, I wanted to look at the JMA as well. The JMA has actually gone for a really cold spell here, so should we have a look at that next? Again, builds heights to our north and east, eventually. That's the wrong one. The midnight. We want the midnight one. There you go. Builds heights to our northeast. Bit of a snowy mix there. Rain and snow mixed there. With some colder air sinking. But a bit different. No easterly with the Scandi high with the JMA. Some cold air does move it to our east though. See how things can change so quickly from run to run. It's got a different synoptic though. The blocking's further eastwards and that Atlantic reigns supreme. That looks like cold zonality though. Look at all that cold air in the Atlantic. About to move in, ready to pounce, ready to make its move. I live in what? Thurrock. I've heard of that. Yeah. Is my chat behind? Yeah, it was behind. I live in Thurrock, but the Thurrock's name will change because it is amalgamating. Look, I even managed to say that, amalgamating with other local authorities. Yeah, but it was very strong easterly winds, Elliot. Remember that. It was very strong easterly winds. It was bitterly cold for most of the time. Schools were shut, everything was shut, roads were closed. It was crazy. I would not be expecting anything like that. CFS won't forecast cooler weather for well, let's have a look then. CFS can't forecast snow. Here we go. What? Oh. Well, it does bring a high-pressure block towards Scandinavia. A pretty decent block as well. To the north and the east. Brings the wind in from the east, with snow showers possible in the south and the east there. Pretty cold air. Wow. Well, that's the beast from the east there. Of course, it's CFS, but the -15 isotherm wrapped into Scandinavia. That is so close. Oh, and then the block does get going again. So it has a resurgence of a blocking towards the north. That is a proper blocking feature to our north of the CFS. Obviously, it's experimental and can't be taken literally. The block moves too far northward, so we don't get the cold air in. But look at Western Europe, absolutely in the freezer. Scandinavia is -15 degree isotherm there. If only, man. That's the beast from the east just to our northeast there. Wow. CFS, and then -5 lines in. -10 line for northern Scotland. That is very cold and wintry. With very strong, that's actually quite strong easterly winds there for the middle of the month. Then blocking really does get going. Wow, look at this. That is the exact same it's the same date. That's the same date as Beast from the East, isn't it? Not what but that exact pattern where this massive block started forming to the north before it split towards northeastern Greenland there, and Scandinavia producing a proper block. That is the exact same pattern as it was showing with winds in from the southeast on that day. Wow. That is a very interesting chart. That is very close to what Beast from the East did. A proper block getting going. I mean, it does topple, but that would be pretty incredible. But a resurgence on, oh my word. Okay, that's a very interesting one. This is very similar to Beast from the East, I'm not going to lie. Winds are in, look at all that cold air in Western Europe there. Everyone would be worrying then. High pressure centred between Greenland and Scandinavia. Winds are in from a proper easterly there. Atlantic trying to push in. And oh my word. What is that? Well, that is a beast from the east. Hello. Hello. What is that? What? Wow. Well, that's what we want. That is literally beast from the east. Oh my god, that would be a snowstorm there. Wow. Not seen that ever. Wow. That is a proper beast from the east. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't last long, but wow, look at that. I have not seen cold air like that since 2018. That is beast from the east level air. There you go. Get that one shared to your friends. Get that one on Twitter. Share that one to everyone on Twitter. Get it on my live stream. I've had 20 plus notifications from people. What is that? Right, I'm getting that one shared. 1 minute. What What is that? Get that one shared on Twitter. Here we go. Right, let's get on that one shared to the Twitter people. Wow. Yeah. What do we think to that one, everyone? I've got 71 of you in with 31 likes. Let's get them likes up, guys. Thank you all so much for joining the stream. Hope you're really enjoying yourself, because, wow, that is crazy. I have not seen that ever. Let's get that one in. Right, we'll do that. There we go. Everyone will love that. Right, let's go back to it then. Should we continue the run? Well, that is snowy, that's wintry, that's basically everything. That is 2018 again. Look at that cold. And then it's bye-bye. It's bye-bye and hello to unsettled and stormy weather. That's probably what's going to happen, isn't it? If we get anything cold, in comes the storms. Wow. Let's go back. Chance of that happening. Warmer vector toward north, 22nd. The 28th start of the beast release. Yeah, that is crazy. Possibility, less than 0. You can hear the budget shooting. Let's go. Rachel said you can hear. Yeah, that's good. Chance of this beast happening. Darius consent, send it, getting excited. Yeah, he just woke up. Sorry, I'm too silly, everyone. Hello to Bowling Thunderstorm Man. Hello to you. I hope you're all right. Hope you're getting on good. Well, at the end of the run, shows another resurgence of cold air, but again, it's not. There's no cold air. It's just pretty average air. But I hope you all got excited from that one. That was pretty insane. Send that one to Matty Wills. Yeah, send him that one. They'll all wet themselves with that one. Why have I just gained some followers from that? Who's following from that? Well, thank you all very much for that. Oh, 8 o'clock. Yes. Now we can show the ECM charts. Come on. Please have loaded. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Here we go. Right. That was showing below average. 1 minute. Will the ECM show below average temperatures? Let's have a look. And I hope you have enjoyed this stream. Please do let me know if I'm dragging it on too much, like if I'm showing the wrong things. Oh, that is perfect. ECM... mean sea level pressure anomalies have been very biased towards mild conditions. This one has high pressure centred, a proper Scandinavian block. Winds are in from the east, and that looks very cold. Where's the air exiting from Western Russia? Much of Europe looking very cold, actually. Looking quite cold. The UK not so much, but again, it's a weak anomaly. Week 3 doesn't look mild. Week 4 looks milder. Week 5 looks milder. Week 6 don't take out literally past week 2. It's always wrong. Let's have a look at the zonal winds. Let's have a look. So, this doesn't look great, I'll be honest. At the very end of the run, into the middle of to the middle of March, there's scope for it to return to below a weaker than average polar vortex. At the moment, there is not much sign of a reversal of zonal winds from the ECM, and I know it's still like 2 weeks away, but there's a lot of support for it to be still above average, about stronger than average zonal winds, so stronger than average polar vortex. There's a few runs dipping down to very extreme stratospheric warming levels, and they are increasing. I mean, that looks better. I mean, this down here, if we focus on this between the 14th and the 21st, this was yesterday and this is today. There is actually a lot more runs going for it, I will say. But, oh, it was up there. It was up to 40 meters per second. Now it's down to 30. So that is a big shift. So maybe the ECM's coming on board just a bit slower. It's a CFS charts just from 2018. Yeah. Cheers, Chris. NH, you don't need to spam. Snow is for the south. I won't worry about it, but it's probably higher than where I am. Should we have a look at the run? Now, don't take this literally. This is the GFS 12Z run for precipitation and like snow and stuff. Let's have a look at this then. There's the easterly wind. Snow showers in the east there, moving inland. Obviously very light at the moment, but obviously things could change. Look, by the 10th, lots of snow showers for the south and the east there. Snow showers in the south is definitely possible with this sort of pattern. There's that low pressure rising from the south there, encroaching into southeastern England, producing a snow event for the southeast there. Lots of snow around there, so yeah, I won't take it too literally. There's plenty of opportunities for snow if everything lines up properly. The weather regime's probability is pretty interesting. Lots of blocking on the chart. Wow, I mean, what is that? Lots of blocking on that chart. With that one. There you go. Look at that. Lots of blocking until the middle of March. I mean, till start of March. So plenty of potential for this blocking for this like cold spell to come off. But obviously probably not. Don't worry about it, NH. You're all right. Can we see the snow is for Hull, please? Hazel, I'm not sure if you're going to like this one. I'm not going to lie. You might hate me. But I'll have a look. Kingston upon Hull. GFS, here we go. Right, so it looks below average. It looks quite cold. Obviously things could change. More runs going milder though for you, so you might not be too unhappy. The snow rate is quite high. Lots of runs going for at least a few flurries, but not significant. But again, it's a way out. I wouldn't take it too literally because it's still like a week away. 2 weeks away almost. Hull then, let's have a look. So GFS does produce a little bit of snow, but very minimally. Very minimal amounts for you there, Hazel. There is a 58% chance on the 8th of Feb and a 48% chance on the 7th of Feb with the GFS ensembles there. So, yeah, again, it's a long way out. Hello to Shaz. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoy it. Cheers, Ben, as well, for the nice comments. Rachel said, yeah, because I keep slipping out my ears, I need to alter my ears to keep... Yeah, I've just seen that. But yeah, what's everyone thinking? I'm really enjoying this stream. I'm getting a bit too involved. Weekly weather updates about to call winter 2010. He certainly is. Bloody, my video yesterday did rubbish because of him. He released his video at the same time as me, and it absolutely tanked. The one this morning I did, though, did really well. I'm not surprised. I'm really surprised it did well. Cheers, everyone, for watching that one. NAO increasing through since yesterday. Yeah, the negative NAO. Yeah, that is increasing. I'm close to Birmingham. Ooh. Birmingham is looking decent for it. How's the music, by the way? I hope it's not too loud. Now, how many messages are coming through? And if you are new to the channel, then please do make sure to like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. We are on the road to 1,100 subscribers, so I appreciate every subscriber that we gain. With that, but there you go. Right, let's have a look then. Now, is the AI model out? No. ECM is not. And have a look. Yeah, it's a long way out. Someone said on Twitter it's a long way out. Yeah, it is a very long way out. It is a long way out. It's probably not going to verify it if we're being honest. Right, why is my chat not working? Let me go on back on here. Live chat. Right, what? Has everyone stopped messaging or something? It's not working. Let me have a look. Thank you for looking at Hull. No problem, Hazel. Is my chat really far behind? No. Okay, that's fine. Go back to that. Right, and then we'll go back to there. That was a way behind that one. Where's that plane? Okay, it's not. Alright. About an hour from Birmingham. That's not that bad. That's not too bad, is it? Let me have a think. I was gonna show something. I forgot now. I've honestly forgot. If anyone wants to see any particular charts, then please do let me know. Just really enjoying chatting to everyone. I'm gonna read through the chat because there's loads stuff. I'm floating away on my chair. Ah, that's a good comment. X going ping ping ping. Is it playing audio or something? I might need to turn that off. It's not, is it? I'll turn that down. There we go. Like we should, if there is any pinging, then that's fine. Will we bring in the bit? No, we won't. Cheers to Alan O'Neill for subscribing. Much appreciated. Much appreciated to you. Right, let's think about this. I think that'll wrap things up for everyone today. Because I don't want to. Oh, okay, that's fine. Cheers, Daniv. Yeah, no one to ban today. Really nice. Oh my word. Hello to you, Christoph. Just I'm about to press the end button, and Christoph comes with his £5 donation. Thank you so much to you, my friend, for that. Much appreciated. Much appreciated for that. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's too generous to me today. I mean, that's ridiculous. Thank you all so much. Yeah, it is definitely looking very interesting. Should we have a look? Right, I want to see you vote in the chat. Shall we look at all of the GFS ensembles? Yes or no? Tell me in the chat and I'll do it. But yeah, thank you very much to you, Christoph. Much appreciated. I really do appreciate it. Don't know what's going into all of you today. Gotta keep it going now. Yeah. I'll do the ensembles watch if anyone wants to see it. Does anyone want to see the GFS ensembles watch? I'll definitely do it. Please do let me know. That one. My chat's behind. Like, I can't tell. Yep. Okay. These people want to see longer range. Oh my word. Harry B, hello to you. Yes, you do. Go on then. Yes, please. Yes. All right. I've got you covered. Oh yeah, Christoph. The message popped up. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Oh my word, Party Pooper John. Yep. Even Andrew Marshall, the snow hater, has put yes, so we're going to have to, aren't we then? Chris says yes, soz phone calls. Just to make us jealous, yeah. Yeah, well, cheers to everyone, we're doing it now. First, can you check if Redditch will see snow? I'm not going to look at any more locations, Chris, because we don't know the overall pattern, but what I would say is if we get a strong enough easterly, anything is possible, Chris. That is where I'll leave it at that. Let's get to 50 likes, come on! Thank you all very much for joining. Right, we'll have a look at the ensembles. So, we'll start with control, and we'll go from, let's see. So we've got that, there. Yes to GFS. Let's go then. Right, so I'm going to start it from there. Alright, 144 hours. So, the control run, well, okay. Well, I'm not going to run for every single one, but what we want to see is high pressure blocking towards Scandinavia, if you want cold weather, blocking towards the Urals and Scandinavia, bringing in the wind from Western Russia with some very cold air. This is the perfect pattern, however it kind of falls apart. But we do see some colder air for a time before high pressure builds in from off the Atlantic. Then and again, another renewed high pressure moves towards Scandinavia. It looks like a very interesting run, that one actually. With -5 line in for a time through the first into second week of Feb. Before it goes milder again for a time before again the cold air returns from the east. That looks quite interesting, not too bad. Run number 1 again builds heights again to our east and northeast. Brings in a brief easterly but doesn't really come to much. Kind of keeps it quite dry but quite cold. Dry and cold with frost and fog possible. And actually tries to build towards Greenland at the end, but we're kind of under high pressure for a long time, so high and dry. Run number 2 then. Builds high pressure. That's a good one. There you go. Run number 2, ensemble member number 2, with high pressure to our north and east. Bringing in a proper easterly there. That looks quite cold actually. With around the 7th, 8th, 9th of Feb. Again, it topples away. Then the Atlantic barrage is in. Let's have a look at the upper airs on that one. That doesn't look too bad. There you go. That's probably the coldest one. -10 line to Scotland, -5 covering the country. Cold enough for any snow showers there, I'd say. Run number 3. Here we go. But again, builds heights to our north. That's not great. Does build them again, though, at the end. Builds a proper feature. That is a snowstorm for the south on the 14th of Feb. With that one. A proper snowstorm. Slider lows. Snowstorm blocking towards Scandinavia. And, well, that's very interesting. Atlantic's trying to win out. There's a lot of cold air mixed in with that one. That is a very interesting. I mean, look at that. -10. Everyone would be snowed in there. Run number 4, then. That's a very good one. Run number 4 brings in that easterly, but then the Atlantic's too powerful. Brings in some more. Atlantic, well, that's very stormy. Very interesting, that one. Let me have a look at what you're thinking about that. Wow, my chat can't even process it. Let me have a look. Your prediction for the second week of Feb being cold seems to be spot on. This guy's going to be a big deal soon. When we get to 1.1k subs, send it, we'll show the budget. Yeah, you need to go and see it, Rachel. You need to go and see it. What's everyone thinking to them? What's everyone thinking so far? We'll keep going, because you all wanted to see it. Thank you, everyone, for that. Yeah, that's pretty good. That run number 4 was a dud, to be honest. Run number 5 brings in the easterly. Again, heights build over the top of the country, so returns us back to unsettled and westerly. Westerly patterns. Yeah, pretty rubbish. Unless you Hazel and want mild weather. That one does bring an easterly again, quite dry but quite cold. Gets through the easterly, but again, cold versus mild. Could be a transient snow event before the Atlantic wins out, and we block again. Get blocking, going to our north again. More cold airs over to our east. Look at that, another cold pool. Don't want to run after another easterly after this one. Run number 7. 7. If you know, you know. Again, builds high pressure to our north and east. Brings in that easterly wind. Snow showers in the north and the east, you'd expect there. The -10 line through the country there, actually. Quite interesting. And keeps it very cold, actually, until the middle part of the month. But it's still pretty cold with winds in from a proper easterly wind. Could bring some more cold air in. Well, -10 again back to the country. That's a pretty cold run, that one. That's actually very cold. Keeps blocking around. A lot of these don't look too bad. Run number 8 brings in an easterly for a time. Again, high pressure builds over into the east. Just keep doing this, though. Resurgence of these Scandi highs, but the Atlantic does power up. Run number 9, high pressure to our north and east. Winds in from a cold easterly. Low pressure struggling against the block to our north and east. Probably bringing some more snow to western areas. Before high pressure topples to our south. And we remain from a mild southwesterly. Excuse me. Run number 10. High pressure to our... doesn't really actually move to Scandi. So that is a whoopsie moment there. It doesn't really get to Scandinavia. And topples away. And we stay unsettled, mild, wet and windy there. Run number 11. That's a cold easterly for a time. Before, again, topples away to our east. And we go westerly again, southwesterly. Winds in from the west-southwest. Pretty mild there. Run number...